Hey, what's up guys, it's that blue Abarth here, and you join me on a beautiful sunny day, which is quite a rare occurrence for the UK, but definitely welcome. I mean, me and the family, we went down to Cleethorpes to dip our toes in the sea. It was lovely indeed, but I can still kind of feel some of the sand in me socks. But anyway, on to today's video. Pretty much, I wanted to try and, convince you all on why I think this car, the 145 T-Jet, is the perfect purchase if you want to get into an Abarth. Now, I know there are the higher up specifications such as the Turismo and even the Competizione, but I want to talk to you today, guys, on why I think the 145 is the best out of the lot. So, the 145 T-Jet, the basic model out of the three, and I think is the best as well. And I know that's quite a bold statement since there is the Competizione and also the Turismo to choose from as well, but I don't know, I feel like there's something special about the 145, something I can't quite get my finger on, but something that I love so much. Now, this is what I'm going to go over. The reasons why I absolutely love the 145 and why I think you should go for one as well. The 145 might be the basic model out of the three, but comes with so much, and that is quite an awesome thing about the car. A lot of brands and cars decide to, well, make their basic model have not much at all. So then it gives you a reason to purchase the higher up models. But that's not the case with the 145. It gives you a lot for not that much money. I mean, this was around 10,000, which isn't too bad for a basic sports car. And I mean, you get so much for that price. And well, aside from the amazing body kit, the beautiful paint, and the pretty awesome wheels, you get 145 brake horsepower from that amazing 1.4 turbocharged engine, which, I mean, hey, is crazy for a stock standard car and pretty awesome for the lowest specification out of the three. I mean, the highest being 180 from the Competizione, and you could probably quite easily get that in this model from, well, just an induction kit, an exhaust, and maybe even a stage 1, which is easily doable and safe to do so as well. So power-wise, you can easily get it up there with some of the highest ranking ones for not that much money. I mean, this one is currently pushing 210 ponies at the front wheels, which is insane, but it does it safely. It doesn't hassle, it doesn't struggle, it just puts it down smoothly, and it puts it down well too, which is why I want to talk to you about this car. I've said that many times now, but I want you to realize that this is such an amazing purchase, especially if it's going to be your first Abarth, because the 145s offer you so much that the Competiziones and Turismos lock behind quite a pricey paywall. So how about we take a walk around it and just tell you what you get. I mean, if we start with the front, you get pretty much all the other Abarths have to offer in a very beautiful standard shell. I mean, you get all the lovely features that you would get on the others. I mean, you get the whiskers, you get the text, and you get all of that lovely aggressive action on the front bumper as well. I mean, obviously I have done some modifications myself cosmetically, so it has enhanced the front of it quite a bit, but I will try and find some photos and put them throughout this video of what my car used to look like bog stock standard. It was a beautiful and very nice car, but with the modifications and slight cosmetic changes that I've done, it's made it look 10 times better. And that's what I mean. The stock model has a lot to offer in terms of modifications and, well, things that you can do to it. I mean, standing here, from what I'm looking at, I absolutely love it. I adore the shape of this car, and for it just being the standard normal version, it's just an absolute stunner. I mean, on my way here, I'm not even kidding, guys, some guy on his bike shouted out to me, "Bad boy car," which, I mean, that is just crazy. I mean, if you're getting respect, appreciation, and awesome comments from people in a normal 145, then you know you've hit quite a jackpot and made a pretty good purchase. I mean, you guys can have this exact same experience with having a 145 by just having a quick look around on websites such as Auto Trader and Motors.com and just finding the one you want. Now, these wheels are stock and standard with the 145, and you get these in quite a lot of colours. Now, you can get them in black as standard, but you can also get them in silver and dark asphalt grey, which is what mine came with when I first bought the car. But I will put a picture on screen probably now just on the left or the right to show you what the car used to look like with the grey wheels. And as you can see, I think you guys have got to agree the black wheels definitely suit it more. I just think the dark blue paint and black wheels are much better together than dark grey and dark blue. Though, don't get me wrong, I used to love the dark grey wheels. I think they were excellent. But you've got to look at it, guys. It just looks fantastic with black wheels. And well, talking of the dark blue paint, I mean, podium blue is a beautiful colour. As we can see, it's got a lovely gloss and fleck in it, and some sand as well, because obviously we're near the beach. It's going to blow some over. But hey, just a little quick TLC, we'll get rid of that easily. But yeah, so the podium blue is definitely one of my favourite colours when it comes to the Abarths. And podium blue is available on any of the Abarth 595 models, which is a bonus. If you want to get some of the best colours, you don't even have to search that hard for them. I mean, podium blue is quite a rare colour, but it didn't take me too long to find one in a 145 shape. So I was very, very lucky to find one as podium blue, and I absolutely loved it. I had to buy it in this colour. I mean, as you can see from all angles, it just looks stunning. And I have done quite a bit of work in terms of, well, polishing, waxing, cleaning. So the final result is beautiful and superb. I mean, it shines like mad, the gloss is crazy, and when the sun hits it, oh, you get that lovely sweet spot and beautiful glossy shine. But coming around to the rear now, with it being a 145, you don't lose any of that aggressive shaping, and I know that the 180 Competizione gets a lot more aggressive styling in terms of wheels, exhaust and paint jobs, but the 145 can easily match that aggression and crazy styling just as much as the Competizione does. I mean, if we come to the bottom here, like I said, this car is slightly modified cosmetically, but as you can see, it doesn't take that much for it to look absolutely bonkers, badass, crazy. Bad boy. And that's been stuck in my head for quite a while now since he said it. I mean, I was just driving up here and he said that. It's just so cool. Little comments like that can definitely make your day, that is for sure. But coming round to the back of the car and coming to the diffuser, I absolutely love the diffuser. I mean, as you guys have probably seen in a couple previous videos now, you've probably noticed that I have put it back on. And I mean, for good reason. Look at how crazy the exhaust and the diffuser combo looks. Massive tailpipes with a madness looking diffuser. There's so much going on with the diffuser, it just makes it look so good and kind of, well, a bit silly to take it off. Don't get me wrong, the no diffuser look looked so cool and it was proper Cadwell spec looking, but I just feel like it looks cleaner, nicer and crazier with the exhaust on the back. Really gives it that sports car feel to it. And of course, we've got the tow hooks and the stickers and all that good stuff. And you guys can easily do that yourself to make it look exactly like this one does. And now coming to a bit of a shadier side now. And oh man, that shade does feel nice when you're in it, that is for sure. It's like 27 degrees today, guys. I'm actually surprised I've been able to do this video because it is boiling. I mean, it's t-shirt season, I've got to say. I mean, I have not been able to wear a jumper for the past couple of days. I mean, it has been insane with how hot it's been. But anything for the channel, guys, I've got to say that much. But, I mean, you've got to agree that this car just looks fantastic, and I absolutely love it. I mean, like I've said, the 145 is the stock base variant, but I think it's just as good as the Turismo and the Competizione, and it's not even that much. I mean, £10,000 is a lot, but it's not a lot for a sports car like this. I mean, considering we have Golf GTIs, Polo GTIs even, sitting at £15,000 to £20,000, this is pretty much a steal. And I've got to say it, guys, it's a deal, it's a steal, it's a sale of the century. Again, of course, we can't say that word on this channel, guys, but you know what I mean. It's a pretty good bargain for what it is. And, well, I just absolutely love it. I mean, the stripes, the profile, the wing, of course, and the wheels all come together to make an absolutely mental looking combo, which is why I love it. Let me just put the camera back on the car here. It's just absolutely great from the outside. And one thing I wanted to say, guys, it's not just podium blue that you can get on these cars. If you want, for example, adrenaline green, Modena yellow, Compovolo Grey, or any of those rare paint jobs, you can get them on the 145, meaning you don't have to spend 20 grand on a brand new Competizione just to get Adrenaline Green or any other fantastic colour, which is why I love the 145 so much, because it means you can get some very rare specification options for not that much money or not having to spend crazy amounts of money anyway. So that's pretty awesome. And like I've said, not that many modifications can turn it into an absolute monster and make it look more than what it is. And here we are in the engine bay of the Abarth 145. It's been a while actually since we've had the engine bay on the channel, and I've got to say it looks very, very nice. I've always loved the engine bay of a 145 and any Abarth really. I mean, it's still just crazy to me how they've been able to shoehorn this engine inside such a small car. But kudos to Abarth, honestly, because they've made it happen and they've made it work. So this engine, well, as you've probably heard me say many a times, is a 1.4 turbocharged 4-cylinder and runs, well, again, as you've probably heard me say quite a lot, 145 horsepower. But this one, well, as I've said again many a time, runs 210 horsepower, which is insane for a front-wheel drive tiny little hatchback. And, well, I must say, it is so responsive, fantastic, and easily puts the power down without any hassle or struggle. And it's excellent. Now, I absolutely love the 145 because you get to have that freedom with working with the engine and being able to tune and do all some lovely modifications to it. I mean, I've just got a pop-off filter and a nice little air filter in there, and well, that's made the car breathe so much better than it used to. I mean, it used to be driven by just a couple that used to daily it to Tesco's and back, so it wasn't doing very well in terms of performance, and well, it did struggle to put the power down a little bit. It felt quite spongy indeed, but with just some, modifications to make it healthier, it's definitely improved the performance of the car by a lot. Now, how about we talk about this big guy right here, and that is the IHI turbo that all of the 145s run. Now, the Turismos and the Competiziones get a Garrett turbo to increase that power, allowing it to reach 160 and 180 bhp. But I've got to say, for a stock standard turbo, the IHI does perfectly. It is so responsive, and with a tune on it, I mean, this car came with a stage 2 as standard, which was pretty awesome to know, and well, it's definitely helped the turbo's responsiveness by a massive amount. I mean, this car accelerates like a mad thing, and it's absolutely crazy. I mean, when I went out on track with that other Abarth that had also been tuned, and my, it was crazy. It was pretty much similar to this, and I've got to say, I just absolutely love the way this car handles and feels. Now, for you guys who want to know how this car actually drives, it does it perfectly, fantastically, and is an absolute delight. I mean, this engine is so good to drive with, and it's just an absolute perfect bit of kit. I absolutely love this thing for sure, and is why I recommend the 145 again, because it's just so good to drive with, and it's an absolutely cracking piece of kit for sure. So, before we get on to the interior of the 145, I just want to talk about reliability and some things that people do say about these cars. Now, I'll start off with the turbo. A lot of people usually say that the turbo on these cars aren't very good, but I believe that to be a myth. I mean, obviously, I'm not trying to jinx anything, but the turbo has been super good. No errors, no faults, it's been faultless. And I just want to clear that up to anyone who might be worried about buying one of these cars. I know people say about Fiats and Abarths being unreliable and that they're Italian and all that stuff, but honestly, I have to say, with 100% truth, this car has been a delight to own and run. The only problem I've ever had was with the battery, and that was because it had reached the end of its lifespan. I mean, it was running for 6 years, and of course, it's going to go at some point. So that was just natural, really. That happens in any car at any point. So that's the only issue I've ever had with the car. So, if anyone's telling you that the car is bad, unreliable, doesn't matter. It's your experience that counts. It's your car, so you're going to make your own stories and own events with it. And of course, There will be times where it may be bad, and of course you guys may put in the comments down below that you've had very different experiences to me, but you might be either running an older car or you bought it from somewhere that didn't really take care of it. So of course every car is going to have a different story to it. Luckily this one is an absolute mint fresh condition example from a family or couple that really took care of it. I mean, I know they didn't drive it as often, but they definitely took care of it for sure, allowing me to have a very nice, tidy car. And well, I've absolutely loved it. And all you've got to do, guys, is just find a nice peach example from a good place, whether that be a dealership or someone that was an enthusiast and you can buy it privately from them. Because either way, if you can find a great example that's been taken care of, has been put in a garage for a little bit, but not too long, and hasn't been, you know, raced about all the time, then hey, it's a no-brainer. And that applies for the Competizione and the Turismo too, and pretty much any Abarth, whether that be the 124 Spider or a Punto Abarth as well. And that's pretty much the main thing I just wanted to talk about to you guys. Just keep searching, keep looking, and always double check when you want to go buy one, because I cannot say this enough. You've got to check all the best things and all the most important parts of the car before buying it, so then you can make sure you're buying an absolute awesome car with no problems at all. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I think we'll get into the interior now, but pretty much that is the message I wanted to convey. Make sure it's always a good example, and just don't listen to anyone else. If you want it, go for it, because no one's going to put you down. They might tell you stuff about the car that's unreliable and all that stuff, but at the end of the day, it's your decision. So here we are on the interior of the 145 TJ, and I must say, for a standard model, you get quite a lot of lovely and fantastic features. I mean, sadly, it doesn't come with Little Joe as standard, but hey, just get yourself down to Halfords and buy one of these little legends, because I mean, why not? He's got his thumbs up and everything. He's just awesome. Every owner has to have one. So, how about we start with the steering wheel? This lovely, sporty, awesome steering wheel. And I mean, the accents, the shaping, the materials, it's awesome. The steering wheel is fantastic. It reminds me a lot of a C63 wheel, and of course it's got a flat bottom to it as well. And the styling is just super sporty and lovely. The materials don't feel weird when you're driving, and it's an absolute delight to handle with, and I just absolutely love it. Of course, you've got the Scorpion on the steering wheel as well. Oh, love that badge so much. It's the badge of awesomeness. Coming to the middle, we have a 4-inch touchscreen, which does the job. I mean, you get radio, you get your apps, trip, and all that good stuff, and it just works like, well, any other radio would, really. And if we turn it on as well, we get a pretty awesome Abarth startup screen. I'll just, well, is it going to do it? No? Okay, cool. So, I thought it was going to start playing copyrighted music or something there, so I was ready on that mute button. But yeah, you just get an awesome 4-inch touchscreen. The 7-inch touchscreen does come with navigation and all that good stuff, but hey, the 4-inch also does really well, and I really love it. For the 2-ish years that I've had it, I've found it an absolute delight to use, and it is fantastic. I would say that if you do go for an Abarth, consider the 4-inch touchscreen, because it's fantastic. It's just as good as the 7-inch, I would say. Of course, you don't get the navigation and all that, but hey, you don't really need it, I suppose. I mean, if you know your way around the places like I do, then you don't really need it. It's not really a necessity. But for a modern car with a stock standard screen and 4-inch touchscreen, it does the job. Coming up here, of course, you get the awesome turbo bar, which sits on the dashboard, and the little Scorpion. I absolutely love this turbo bar. I think it's fantastic, and it's so cool to watch, especially when you're accelerating. It's just so awesome, and I absolutely love it. Now, the turbo bar is standard with any Abarth you get, whether that be the Series 3 or the Series 4. Sometimes it can go next to the wheel as well, just around here, but most of the time it will go up there on the dashboard, and I absolutely love it. Coming to the binnacle, we get this lovely leather stitched material on it, and it just looks amazing. I absolutely love the quality of it. It's so nice. Under the binnacle, we get a digital dashboard, and well, we'll start that up in a minute, but for it being digital, it's super cool. I absolutely love it, and it's just fan-dabby-doozy. Coming to the door card, it's nothing special, but pretty much it does the job. We get some nice materials on it and a chrome door handle with the locking system, all your mirror controls and all that good stuff. Speaker down here which runs an Alpine audio system, which is utterly fantastic. I've got to say guys, I recommend the Series 4 because before the 18 plates we got Alpine, and oh, it's just so good to listen to. The bass is mad, it's bass in your face. But yeah, you get door pockets and all that good stuff as well. It does the job. And of course you get this awesome podium blue colour matched dashboard, which if you do have a 145, the colour you get the car in will also be the colour the dashboard is in. So if you have a yellow 145, the dashboard will be in yellow, and so on and so forth. And you can get a lovely shine on it as well. As you can see, the fleck is just as good on the inside as it is the outside. Pretty awesome. And of course you get it on here as well. Really cool. And the awesome sports button too, which is just a must-have, and I can never not use the sport button. It is an absolute pleasure to press. It just feels so good. Coming down here, this is a modified gear shifter setup, but you get a nice leather gear gaiter with an awesome chunky leather gear stick, which can be a little bit heavy, but it's not too bad. I just decided to swap mine out for a bit of an easier time shifting, but it's not too bad at all. You also get, it can sometimes be digital, but most of the time is analog AC controls. But hey, it does the job. You know, you can flick them like that. It's easy to use, all that good stuff. And hey, it's pretty nice to use. So we'll step outside so we can show you the seats, because it will probably be easier to do so. We also have amazing Abarth side seals, which on the Competizione will be carbon, but these ones are just as nice, I would like to say. You also get very nice Abarth mats that look fantastic. Sorry, they are a little bit dirty, but, well, coming off the beach is a little bit hard to keep yourself clean. But hey, I do try my best. You also get these amazing chrome sports pedals with Abarth on the clutch and the brake pedal. They feel and look awesome to use, and I just absolutely adore them. Coming to the seats, these are the standard cloth seats that you get in any 145, but they look amazing. I absolutely love these seats, and they have Abarth stitched into them as well. Or not stitched in, like printed in, sorry. They look fantastic, utterly superb. They are so comfortable. Even after long hours in the car, they just suit the body so well, and they hug you really nicely too. You also have little chrome holes here. Don't think they have any purpose, but they look good anyway, and yeah, they just are super nice. Coming to the back, well, it's a little bit different than your average 145. I mean, we have a fire extinguisher, a race net, and the seats down, but usually in your average 145, the seats would be up, and you'd get these really nice mats and just regular cloth seats. But they fit people really well. You can get 4 in pretty easily, and overall, it's a nice time in the back. Depending how big your passengers and your driver is, it can depend on how comfy you'll be in the car. But hey, overall, pretty nice indeed. So for the exhaust, usually you would just get a regular back box system. That sounds pretty awesome. I mean, it's got that unique Abarth tone to it, and it does sound amazing. Sadly, I don't have any sound clips of what it used to sound like with the stock exhaust, but there are plenty of videos on YouTube for you to see what it would have been like. But of course, I've got a fat, massive Toyo Sport straight pipe on it, because hey, the more sound the better. And if you guys really want to know, straight pipes sound fantastic on an Abarth. They're not too loud, they don't drone like crazy, and they just sound fantastic. Sort of what they should have sounded like from the factory. But don't get me wrong, a stock exhaust on this car sounds amazing, and it really does the job on making this car a proper hot hatch. But if the option's there, probably get a straight pipe. So everyone, that is pretty much it for today's video of the 145 and why I think it's so good. I mean, walking around it, you can see that there's so much that you get with the car, and even on the inside, there's so much that you can get for not that much money. I mean, for a stock standard model, you do get quite a lot. I mean, you get awesome wheels, crazy exhausts, amazing shapes and lines, and just super good tech and craziness, which is why I really recommend this car. I mean, if you want an Abarth, this is the perfect way to get into the brand. It's an easy step, and it just provides so much fun, so much joy, noise as well, and it's just miles per miles, guys, and you get plenty of them as well. So for 10 grand or even less, if you can find one, you can get a 145 in a great condition and have so much fun and so much with it. I mean, everything you've seen on the car today is pretty much stock and standard. I mean, I've done some stickers, toe straps and an exhaust, but that's pretty much it. The rest of it you get with the car as standard, which is why I tell you guys so much to go for the 145, because it's so easy to work with, so easy to mod, and so much fun to drive and just own. It's an absolute pleasure. So I do plan to do a couple more videos in well, the next couple days, going over how the car has been over the year or two of owning it, like the condition and how well it is, well, pretty much done. And we'll be doing some other videos as well, going over how to buy an Abarth well, and well, just some other informative things to keep you guys educated and updated on how to buy an Abarth and just how to have a good time owning one. And that's pretty much it for today's video though, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I really hope it's helped you on why I think the Abarth is so fantastic in its 145 form. And yeah, if you want to see more of this awesome car, and if you want to see anything else on this channel, you guys know what to do. As always, hit that bell, like, comment and subscribe, all of that good stuff. I'll see you in the future. Have a good one.